Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the KRX 1000 that we picked up a few months ago. And when I introduced this vehicle to the channel, my intention was budget build, nothing crazy expensive. We're just going to use this machine pretty much as it was designed, with a couple accessories that we found necessary for our riding style, which is primarily up in the mountains down at Spearhead Trails, Hatfield McCoy. That's where we typically go ride. So let's just kind of go quick overview of the machine, how it performed. We've taken it on 2 rides now. We've got a little over 250 miles on the machine now. No road rides, just strictly mountain terrain. And I want to talk to you guys kind of how we got things set up and how the machine's performed so far. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, so let's talk about first why we picked the KRX, the Trail Edition specifically, because it comes with some goodies already from the factory that we were going to put on anyways. The first one being the roof. I've kind of got red hair and a bald head, so the sun beating down, that's a go or a must for us. The rock sliders, when we looked at this unit, the rock sliders on it are very heavy duty, and I think they're going to perform really well. We haven't beat them up at all really yet. This machine also comes with a front bumper and a rear bumper, so I'm going to show you guys those now. And the other thing that's a must for us, that's why we bought one of the reasons we bought the Can-Am that we did, and then we upgraded on the Polaris we had, is we went to beadlock wheels because we like to run our tire pressures in that 10 to 12 range. It gives a lot better ride, and it seems to get a lot more traction in the mud and the slippery stuff and over rocks. Just performs way better, and you don't have to worry about getting a flat and it coming off the rim. If you have to, you can just drive out of the trail with it. But let me show you guys the bumpers and the roof that come on the machine from the factory. All right, so before we get into what we've added, one of the main reasons that we elected to get the Trail Edition was because it come with a lot of good value right out of the gate. First of all, you're going to get a poly roof here, and you know, my hair situation, I don't always wear a hat, but the sun beating down, I need something to protect the old head there. But this machine comes with front and rear bumpers. Let's take a look at those now. So you're getting a very good quality bumper on the rear. It's powder coated to match the trailing arms. Very good coverage. The rock sliders on this machine are very heavy duty, and if I was going to upgrade a base model, I would probably go with these rock sliders anyways. So these, you know, like I said, come straight on the machine just like that. And then on the front of the machine, you're getting a good bumper as well. Everything's color matched, looks good. Also comes with the worn wrench, so that's something you don't have to add. But you know, I figured by the time we bought rock sliders, a winch, bumpers, you know, there's several $1,000s of value right out of the gate on the initial purchase. All right, so the next thing that come on the machine, which is a big deal for us. So typically we like to run anywhere from like a 30 to 33 inch tire. Just gives you a little bit of extra ground clearance. Also, you can air them down. You've got a lot more sidewall there. We typically run a 14 or a 15 inch wheel, always a beadlock. The KRX comes from the factory with beadlock wheels, and they look great on the machine. It does come with carnivores. These are a 3110 15 inch wheel. So the carnivore is a decent tire. They've been around quite a long time. Super lightweight. They wear pretty quick. So when these tires wear out, I'm thinking we're either going to go to a 33 or 35 on this machine, but we're definitely going to wear those tires out first. So the other great thing about the KRX is you get this awesome suspension, this Fox suspension, fully adjustable rear and fully adjustable on the front. I've been experimenting with some mountain settings. In my opinion, they seem to be working really great. I will probably take it on a couple more rides, and then I'll probably share the settings that I found, at least for us, seem to work really well. All right, so everything I just showed you pretty much comes on the machine as is. So the modifications or accessories we added, they're not must-haves. They were must-haves for us. So I'm going to jump into it. Basically, we went pretty low budget on everything. There's a couple things we splurged on. We'll talk about that here in a second. But let's kind of go over just some of the accessories that I put on the machine that were must-haves for us. But at the end of the day, we're pretty much done with this machine. We're going to run it and just enjoy it right now. Like I said, we've got a little over 250 miles on the machine, all trails, and we are super happy with it. So let's talk about some of the mods that we put on the machine now. All right, so must-haves for us. First, let's talk about some mud coverage. So what I elected to go with are the Mudbuster XLs. You can see they come out just right at the edge of the tire. And on the rear, you've got coverage to keep mud from flinging up into the cab. And then also some additional coverage, about 3 or 4 inches, all the way to the rear of the machine. So I will say on the XLs, let's just run over the other side real quick here, just to show everybody. There's the rear coverage. So on this, on the XLs, being that I have the kicker bars here, or the rock sliders, I had to trim out the bottom part of the Mudbuster. Not a big deal. I mean, they cut really easy. And then you can see on the front, you've got really good coverage. When I was running the machine, and maybe I'll drop in a picture right here, you can see just the mud coverage, you know, right in this area. Nothing was coming back in the cab on us. And looking at the front, super easy to install. So yeah, that to us was an essential for us. We like mud. We just don't like to be eating it all day long on our rides. The next item that was essential for us was a windshield. Now, when you saw our earlier video, we had a flip-up windshield on the KRX from Super ATV. Was doing some research, and on our XRC Can-Am, we had the Can-Am power flip window, and we absolutely loved it. So we found Super ATV makes a max drive flip-up windshield that's powered by these linear actuators, and we like it. We wish that we had something that wasn't necessarily poly, but we found if you just wash the windshield and polish it with water, it lasts a long time. So basically, I'm going to turn on the machine here just a little bit, kind of show you guys how we got it wired up. So we've got open and close, and as you can see, it's going to go, it's going to open when I want it to open and close. So very, very straightforward, very simple. What's nice about this windshield is, you know, if you're riding, you know, down a back road, whatever, and it starts getting warm inside the machine, which KRXs do, you can crack the windshield a little bit. You have infinite adjustability from open to close just with a push of a button. So really cool windshield. A little on the pricey side, I believe. We got this one on clearance, or they had a sale. It was right around $480, maybe $500, which isn't crazy considering the Can-Am windshield was upwards of $1,200 at the time. So good windshield. Now, speaking of wind protection, we like this mesh style rear covering. It keeps quite a bit of the dust out, and it does keep some of the wind out. Now, we've ran this on our Polaris and our Can-Am. The big change for us on the KRX, which we wasn't expecting, and is kind of a drawback to the machine, but we've got some ideas how to alleviate this, is the mesh works great, keeps some dust out, and the problem is this machine's very noisy. You've got a lot of noise coming from underneath the air intakes and stuff, and some engine noise, and this doesn't seem to help the problem. But we might upgrade this at a later time with some kind of poly windshield or poly rear window. We're not sure, But this come from eBay. Very good fit. What's cool, it's got the stars and stripes on it, kind of a rustic look. So we liked it, but you know, it serves a purpose. We just didn't anticipate the noise that this machine has, but that was one of the things that we needed. Okay, so that's pretty much the essential stuff for us that we wanted to add to the machine. But we've got a few things on there that weren't essential for us, but we just wanted it. And so we're gonna, I don't know, like they're definitely wants. You don't need them. I guess it just takes the machine to add some more fun to it, some aesthetics, things like that. So let's jump into the small things. Well, one big thing really that we added to the machine, just to kind of make it our own and make it that much more fun to ride. All right, so we're going to start back inside the cab of the machine. Things that we added, not essential, but things that we needed or we wanted. This right here, this is a Public Land Riders handlebar bag. I've got videos on this bag. Public Land Riders is a great sponsor of the channel, but there's handlebar bag here. This is the multi-cam version. Wraps nicely onto the grab bar for the passenger. Squirrel can put her, whatever girls carry with them on a ride. She carries all that in the bag. Also, we have, this is just a, I believe this is a Samsung Samsung. It's a tablet. My goodness, can't get words out today. Anyways, we run OnX off-road, so we see all that here on our tablet. I did change out the DC adapter here with a USB one. Nothing super expensive. I think it was like $4 off Amazon. So swap that out, real easy to do. Also added a rear view mirror, just so we can see behind us. And then while we're in the cab, all right, so one thing that Squirrel and I like when we're out riding, we like to listen to music. We love music. We do a lot of poker runs, and we love to jam our tunes, have a good time. So we have had other sound bars in the past. So this time around, we splurged a little bit and went with the JBL Rally Bar XL. And let me tell you, that sound bar is ridiculous. We've had the Power Bass 1200 XL. We've had the Exo Gear, and price point, yes, this JBL is more expensive. This is probably one of the more expensive sound bars you can get, but it's got these passive radiators underneath, and how they get that much bass out of that sound bar, I will never figure out. But let me tell you, they are pricey, well worth the money. In fact, I probably should do a video on just that sound bar alone, because if you're looking at adding an audio system to your side-by-side, in our Can-Am, we went with the audio roof, and that was like a $2,500 stereo in the Can-Am. And don't get me wrong, it sounded fantastic. This thing is on point with that. Not gonna lie, super impressed with that sound bar. We'll just leave it there. Another video probably coming on the JBL. Okay, so real quick, inside the cockpit of the KRX, they give you plenty of places for rocker switches. So we have our windshield switch, our lighted whips on a separate circuit along with our rock lights. I have a video on the Nightlight rock lights that we have on this machine. I'm going to show you guys real quick, but for the money, no complaints. Check out that video. But let's look on the exterior of the machine and show you what we have added. Oh wait, one more thing. On the rear of the machine, we have a kind of a garbage bag set up back there. A lot of times guys will put those on the rear of the machine. We just kept it on the inside. We don't like to advertise our garbage, so we got it behind the seat. All right, heading to the outside of the machine, every side-by-side, it's a Ridge Runner. That's what we say it is. So every side-by-side's got a Ridge Runner sticker on it. Aesthetically, on the sides, we haven't really added anything. We did add some KRX frog skin covers there. Definitely don't need them. I think they look kind of cool. And it matches the machine, kind of sets everything off. On our whips, we have the good old stars and stripes. We have our Don't Tread on Me flag. Wouldn't be complete without a Squatch Reloaded sticker. But we have our whips. Again, those are 3-footers. We've got rock lights on all 4 corners, front and rear of the machine, and in the footwells as well. And I don't think I'm forgetting anything, guys. So that is it. That is kind of the build update. I don't want to say build. It's just stuff we added to it to make it our own, to make it how we like it. So let's wrap it up with my final thoughts. So that kind of wraps up everything that we've done to the machine. You know, basically this machine from the factory comes very well set up with the bumpers and the rock sliders and the roof. So, you know, that's why we elected to go with the Trail Edition. You know, we weren't particularly crazy about the blue and black combination, but it kind of grew on us. You know, having that initial value of all those accessories right out of the gate, factory installed. So it was kind of a selling point for us. Plus, you know, on the KRX, they've been running some really good incentives on those, and you know, basically, we pretty much got this Trail Edition for base model pricing from our dealer. So for us, it was a no-brainer. We definitely chose the KRX. Like I said, we had the Razor, the Turbo Razor, the Ranger, the Can-Am X3 XRC Turbo RR. And, you know, the KRX, in my opinion, for the majority of people that just want to go out, hit the trails, have a machine that is capable beyond their skill set, the KRX is a great value. Things I don't like about it, well, there's only a few things I don't like about it. But if you're wanting a machine that is like a dune machine, super powerful, doing burnouts and, you know, doing 80 miles an hour, this is definitely not your machine. If you're, you know, one of those people that, you know, need to have 200 horsepower turbo, this is not your machine. You know, for us, this machine, I consider it's like a, I don't want to say it's a billy goat, but it's definitely like, it's a good horse that just gets through the terrain. Super awesome, plush suspension, good set of wheels and tires. You can go up to 35s on this machine and it's not going to do anything but just perform even better. The transmission, it's very low range. I mean, you know, top speed on this machine, and I know there's guys out there going to tell me that they've been in triple digits, but like, this is a 55 mile an hour machine, in my opinion. You get beyond that, in that 60 plus range, this engine's screaming. But I really appreciate the fact that it's geared so low for all the riding styles we do. And if you guys are honest with yourselves and you ride a lot of trails and you're in the mountains, how many times are you doing 55 mile an hour? I mean, if you are, you're probably a danger to yourself and others, but we'll digress on that. But suspension-wise, top notch. And, you know, owning the, you know, the Razor Turbo, the Can-Am X3, for us, the price on this, I mean, our XRC and this is literally half price of that machine. And it does everything that we want it to do, just like the just like the X3, and it's half the money. So, in my opinion, this was probably, if we'd have bought this machine before the X3, we'd still have this machine. Drawbacks to it, things I don't like. And again, I'm going to tell you something else that I do like. The sitting position in this, the seats, it's comfortable, visibility. You just can't beat it. But I'm going to get to the thing I hate about it. The thing that I hate about this machine, it's loud. Like, the engine and the air and snorkel and belt box intake, it is ridiculously loud. And if Kawasaki could fix that, quiet it down, even 5 to 10 decibels would be awesome. That would be a game changer. The other thing, you know, like I said, the machine's geared low, it carries some RPMs, and, you know, things that we may look at in the future is possibly a clutching change to, you know, drop the RPMs. Even if it was like 500 RPMs at cruising speed would make a big difference. You know, I talked about the rear mesh window. We might try something like a solid rear window to try to keep some of the noise out, and maybe do some insulation, some sound deadening back here to try to, like I said, if I could get 5 to 10 decibels drop at cruising speed, would be a game changer. But at the end of the day, like I said, this machine is fantastic. No issues, did everything I want to do, pointed and clicked. Four-wheel drive works great, everything about it. We are extremely pleased with the purchase of this machine. But if you guys want to see more KRX action, you want to see more off-road action, please consider subscribing to the channel. Check the video description. I've got all of our affiliate links down there. Spend your money on those links. It's going to give you a discount, and it's going to help out the channel as well. All the products from the Public Land Riders, handlebar bag, all of our gear lists right there in the description. Check those out. We also got some hoodies and t-shirts on our merch store. Check those out. All that stuff helps us out. But if you don't want to spend money, the best thing you do, hit that subscriber button, drop us a comment, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, leave us a thumbs up. We appreciate it so much. But that's going to wrap this one up. But until next time, guys, God bless.